Ride for a real one, yeah. Slide on a real one, on my mama. I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl aroused by these massive stacks like 100 pounds. Running big laps till the sun is down like 100 miles. Tinted frames on me leaning down. I'm winning now. Been a while, you ain't like me then, but how you like me now? Real one, if I hold you down, I'ma keep it there till we in the ground. Jet black when I paint the town, only blue sheets when they pay me now. Treat it setback like a step back. Wave, I got the game in a vice grip. Way up when the virus clear. All my niggas on the flight list. Verbally gifted, take the plot and I twist it. Got a big lit. Sex with the incense, got my mind rents, won't stop, I'm relentless. I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I want a girl for the mouthpiece, so bright that it light on my face. Your shawty just call me a fave, cause she like my character traits. I never stop for a break. I put a lock on the game. I put a stock in my name, but I give a fuck about the fame. I took a bite of the life and it tastes so exquisite. It feel like you do when you look in my pendant. Hopeless romantic, my girl, chin up for the kid. I'm not on no simp shit. Won't stop to the youngest he dreams. When I take him from rags to riches. I heard that you claim that you know me, but you ain't the homie. The fuck is your friendship? I need the loyalty, back up the royalty. I give a fuck if you notice me. Ain't nobody holding me. Big wave at your shoreline, so they know it's me. Big boy from the cold seas. Nitro with a new pen, going ISO. Tell him don't reach. Ice cold with it, no fleece. I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, hey, look, going, yeah, going, crazy, wave, yeah, crazy, yeah, look, going, crazy, wave, hey, look, going, yeah, I'm going, crazy, wave, yeah, crazy, yeah, look, going, crazy, wave. I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl aroused by these massive stacks like 100 pounds. Running big laps till the sun is down like 100 miles. Tinted frames on me leaning down. I'm winning now. Been a while, you ain't like me then, but how you like me now? Real one, if I hold you down, I'ma keep it there till we in the ground. Jet black when I paint the town, only blue sheets when they pay me now. Treat it setback like a step back. Wave, I got the game in a vice grip. Way up when the virus clear.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Man, they don't found the good bishop guilty. Lord have mercy. Woo! He facing 40 years. 40 years. He was found guilty on everything. Everything. He took the stand on his behalf. That was a mistake. But he has a right to testify in his own behalf. He's been found guilty on everything. He went to the door. When I say go to the door, that means all the way to a jury trial. He went all the way to the door and was found guilty on everything. All 5 counts. He's 40-some years old. He's facing up to 40 years in prison. Now, I understand that the feds go on the points when determining your time. You know, there's a scale there that the judge go by, sentencing guidelines. But I don't know if his points are going to be high because this is not his first time in the feds. So he might be right now enjoying his last bit of freedom. I don't know if he turned himself in yet. Like, I wasn't at the courtroom. I'm still trying to get updates. I don't know if they took him into custody. I don't know. But it was another young lady that was alive just a little while ago. Her stream was just cut abruptly. So I don't know if he trying to flag. I'm not sure. But her stream was cut abruptly. And I know every time I used to talk about his case, I used to somehow get flagged. So I don't know. But he was found guilty on everything. The good bishop, man. The good bishop. Okay. They call it the New York Times, or I think it was the New York Times or the Daily News. They coined him the Bling bishop because of his flashy attire. You know, his Louis Vuitton suits, Gucci suits. I don't know if he got them from Dapper Dan, but his Gucci suits and all of that stuff, the bling and the chains, the jewelry. And you know, remember he got robbed in his church. Now, one of the guys that took part in that robbery got deleted. So it's just a whole big story. I was following this case like back then, but I had broke away because I got tired of getting flagged. But shout out to Pam Esquire, the law intellect, for covering this. That's how I've been keeping up to date on it. The Bling bishop is now guilty of fraud. This is crazy. The bishop, man. That's my, you know how I'll call him the guy. I nickname him the good bishop. But he was found guilty on everything. Okay. He blew trial. He took it all the way to the door. Blew trial. Testified in his own behalf. He was his only witness. He was the only person to testify on his side. And this man messed around and blew trial, man. He would have a sentencing date and then a turn himself in date. Yeah, he don't still have his passports, do he? I'd be like, I'm heading to Bali right now. If I was him, I'm like, Russell, you got room? Russell Simmons, you got room? Because I'm on my way. I'm on my way, man. That's it. Or go to France. One or the other. But I think they took his passport. So, but just imagine, that's even worse. You get to go home after being found guilty on everything, right? How do you sleep tonight? Knowing that eventually when you turn yourself in, you got to do some time. I don't know how much time he's going to get, though. I don't know. I don't think he's going to get 40 years. He's facing up to 40 years. I don't think he's going to get that. This is not his first rodeo in the feds. He was also, they said, acquaintances. I wouldn't say friends, but they, you know, the tabloids say friends. Well, not the tabloids, the paper. They say he was friends with Mayor Adams. I'm gonna say acquaintances. Well, I'm gonna say distant acquaintances. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say they friends. Oh boy, you say he's facing more like 10 to 15. That sounds about right. I would say about 10. But out of that 10, he's gonna do 7. So he's 40, so he ain't gonna get out until he's like 50 something. I'm sure he said God got him. That's what he said. God has him. He got him. Well, God must have him then. You know. Yeah, he's flagging folks. You know what I'm saying? So he probably home right now because that girl got flagged. I know she did because her stream got cut abruptly. Okay. Like she was streaming or whatever. I was enjoying her stream. Boom, gone. And I can't even find her video now. So yeah. Um, so I know how to get around that. You know what I mean? And I just know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't I never said anything bad about the good bishop. People got on me for calling him the good bishop. I like him. I think he's a cool dude, man. I never met him, but despite his case, it's not right that he took $80,000 to $90,000 from one of his members and then give it back to her. Now we don't have to say allegedly. He did it. You guys know how I am when the jury makes their decision. You got to respect the jury. So the jury has answered. The jury was the most important people in that courtroom. In that federal courtroom, it wasn't the judge. It wasn't the lawyers on both sides. It was the jury. The jury found him guilty of this. Okay. Now, let this be a lesson for anybody. I don't care how much you trust your bishop. Do not give your bishop $80,000. Please don't. Okay. Please don't. Please don't. Give it to you enjoy that money. But some people trust their bishops. I don't. I don't trust my bishop. I don't. I don't trust no bishops. I trust myself with the money. Okay. They might have conversations with God, but I have conversations too with God. And God said you take care of your own money. That's how it's supposed to be. He said he was waiting to settle a lawsuit. But, the good bishop, folks, found guilty on everything. Golly. So it says the Bling bishop, Lamor Miller-Whitehead, was convicted on Monday of stealing the life savings of a parishioner's mother and other fraudulent schemes in his Manhattan trial. Let me stop right there. Stealing the life savings, folks, of a parishioner's mother. Okay? Stealing the life savings. Jurors found Whitehead, he's 46 years old. Okay, so he's 46. So he might not get out until he about close to 60. Okay, so 46, guilty of wire fraud, attempted extortion. Attempted extortion. This is not all alleged anymore. Attempted extortion, lying to FBI, and related charges stemming from 3 separate schemes after a trial that lasted just 2 weeks in Manhattan federal court. I would have loved to have gone to that. The charges carry up to 45 years in prison. Whitehead, a self-described mentee of Mayor Adams. Okay, he's a mentee of Mayor Adams, who pleaded guilty on all charges. Oh, excuse me, who pleaded not guilty on all charges. Could not immediately be reached for comment. I know he's not. I wouldn't be reached either. I don't know. What would you guys do right now? You just been found guilty on everything. Like, what's your next move right now? My next move is how I'm gonna get about this country. You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm gonna get up out of here. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. The defendant was trusted by many in his community. He was the bishop of a small church in Brooklyn and a self-described businessman. He was a friend of Mayor. See how they saying friend? He was a friend of Mayor of New York City. Assistant U.S. Attorney Jessica Greenwood said last month in the opening remarks in Manhattan federal court. This defendant abused the trust by lying again and again. He lied about how much money he had. He lied about his business plans. He lied about having influence with powerful people. all with the goal of getting money and property to fund his extravagant lifestyle. Okay, so you see where they said he lied about um being influenced with powerful people. That's why I say I don't know if he was friends with Mayor Adams. That's what he was telling people though. And they said all of this to fund his extravagant lifestyle. Whitehead, who ran a Canarsie, Brooklyn church called the Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries, targeted the elderly single mom, oh my God, of one of his parishioners, along with money lending company and a Bronx businessman. The defendant convinced this woman, who spent her career working as a nurse, to give him $90,000 of her life savings. Why would you do that? Greenwood said February 26. He promised to use the money to buy fixer-upper home, and he would renovate for her to live in. And she believed this defendant, a man who at the time had become a mentor and spiritual advisor to her son. I hate to say this. If that son is listening, it's your fault. It is. It's your fault for getting your mother to give up her life savings to this man. It's your fault. Let me tell you something. In this lifetime, I don't know if there's any tutorials out there or any courses you can take on common sense. I don't know, but you're going to have to find a course out there or something. Or maybe I can run a course for you. There's no way in this big, beautiful earth that I am going to give 90,000 of my mother's money to nobody. Period. Period. Okay? Not even $300. It's not happening. My mother worked hard for that money, and she is not going to give it to somebody with some Louis Vuitton and Gucci suits. No, that's not happening. It's not happening. I hate to be harsh here, but it was your fault that your mother lost her money, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And it's Bishop's fault too. It's his fault too. Now, the headline grabbing pastor instead spent the cash on himself, with the funds going to designer clothes and a BMW payment, folks. As the victim's son tried to get his mom's savings, Whitehead said in a text message, he was asking God to exact vengeance upon the man. Oh my God. I have to read that again. You got to be kidding me. Because he knew when he gave that money, he knew something went right. He was trying to get his money back. It's too late, sir. You don't gave your money to this man. Too late. So hopefully they sell all his stuff and she get her money back. I'm pretty sure. Because the house he live in and all the stuff that he possessed, oh, the Fed's getting ready to take that. So she'll be able to recover her money. So she's lucky there. And this is not the mom's fault. Okay, because she probably trusted her son, and her son just wasn't using common sense here. Let me say this. Repeat after me. Anybody want to repeat after me? Repeat after me. You can repeat it after yourself. Thou shalt not. Say it to yourself. Thou shalt not lend any money to a damn pastor. Say it. Lend any of my money to a damn pastor. Say damn. Thou shalt not lend any of my money. Say it. Lend any of my money to a damn pastor or a priest or a imam, whatever it is. Do not do it. It's bad enough that you got to tithe or whatever you call it. It's bad enough you got to do that, but understand that the church got to keep the lights on and stuff like that. So they ask their members to give a membership fee, aka tithe. So I get that. But do not break yourself giving these churches this money. You understand me? They're not for you. They're not. We're in 2024. Will you please stop? Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you a story after I finish reading this. And this is the truth. I knew these pastors weren't no good when I was a kid, yo. I knew it. Now somebody might say, well, Max, not all pastors. Okay, not all. Now look, let me read this one again. As the victim's son tried to get his mother's savings, Whitehead said in a text, he was asking God to exact vengeance upon the man. A second scheme saw Whitehead threaten the owner of an auto body shop in the Bronx, Brandon Belmonte, attempting to extort him of $5,000 after a repair job. Prosecutors said Whitehead further lied to Belmonte to attempt to get his name on a $500,000 real estate deal, promising favors from Mayor Adams in exchange that could make him millions. In a third plot, Whitehead, who was arrested in December, drew up a phony bank statement to get a $250,000 loan purporting to show he had millions in a company account that had less than $6, folks. A spokesman for Manhattan U.S. Attorney Damian Williams declined to comment. Whitehead abruptly starting making city headlines after Adams, who has not been accused of any wrongdoing in connection with the pastor's case, took office in January 2022, along with unsuccessfully trying to facilitate the surrender of an accused subway killer in May 2022. Drawing authorities' wrath, Whitehead himself was robbed in a caught-on-camera stick-up at one of his services last June. That's it. That's the rest of that's the end of the article. Okay, that's the end of the article. Okay, let me go back up to this article here. All right, I'm not trying to be funny. How many lawyers did this man have in court with him? Because he was driving Rolls Royces, bling bling suits, and you mean to tell me he couldn't get Jose Baez? That's what you're telling me? He couldn't get somebody like that? He couldn't get the billionaire attorney? He couldn't get Trump's attorneys? You see, let me just say this. What you see on social media is really not real. Just because somebody riding around in Rolls Royce and fancy suits don't mean that they got it like that. That means that they just want to floss in front of, that's all it is. He just want to floss in front of people that don't have it, just to say, look at me. That's all it is. But you mean to tell me he ain't had no money tucked away for what do you call it? A dream team? He was supposed to have dream team money. That's what he was supposed to have. He was supposed to have dream team money. He was supposed to have Michael Jackson lawyer money. I'm not taking nothing away from Don Florio. I'm not. But where was the dream team? Where was it? You're supposed to have a Rolls Royce for a team of lawyers. Okay? You're supposed to have John Gotti type lawyers. Where were they? That's crazy. Where's the money? Like, what are you doing? Like look, I promise you, if I'm driving a Rolls Royce, right? This is not just for the bishop, this is for in general. I promise you, if I'm driving a Rolls Royce or better, I promise you Jose will be on my team. I promise you that. I promise you. I would have already given him a retainer already, regardless if I'd done anything or not. He would already had a retainer on deck. Okay? Not saying that I would have won this case, but I would have had a dream team on deck, man. Oh, here's what's interesting, folks. I know this is kind of off the beaten path. P. Diddy talking, yo. He talking. I'm worried about him now. Hope that man don't go missing. Because I don't know if you guys are paying attention to his case. He said some stuff. And he named some people. And apparently, he had an extortion scheme going on. Not extortion, blackmail. So he really was a gatekeeper. He really was. He's starting to name people, though, because he's not going down alone. But I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that he's no longer with us. So just keep your eye on that case, because he's starting to name people now. He's starting to name people. So I'm like, uh-oh. Hope we don't hear no news and saying that he has some unforeseen circumstances. He's no longer with us. So yeah, I just want to tell you that real quick. So Whitehead, getting back to him. Yo, a long time ago, I'll tell you a quick story. A long time ago, like my family used to go to church religiously every Sunday. Every Sunday. And when I was a kid, I said, when I get old enough, I'm not going no more. I said, then I felt like I was old enough. I think I was around 10. I felt like I was old enough at that point. So I used to go to my aunt's house on the weekend because she lived on a really nice part of town. And I had friends over there. So I enjoyed going over there on the weekend. I had friends there and stuff like that. And one day I had told my mother, I was like, I'm not going this weekend. And she was like, why? Why ain't you going? She gonna pick you up. I don't want to go to church. And she said, really? Why? Did somebody do anything to you? What's going on? I said, I don't like going there. It's evil. And every time I go there, I get a headache. And I said, every time it says something wrong with that church. It's something wrong with it. Something wrong with that guy. Because every time I go, I get sick. So I was like, I'm not going. She was like, all right, well. And then my dad was like, you don't want to go? Your friend's over there. I was like, I don't want to go. He was like, you don't want to go play with your friends just because you don't want to go to church? He said, I respect that. He said, you don't got to go. I remember that like it was yesterday. So then the next weekend come. I still wouldn't go. The next weekend come. I still would not go. So then my aunt was like, what's wrong with him? How come he don't want to go? His friends asking about him. She said, girl, he don't want to go to church. This was I was hearing her on the phone talking. She was like, girl, he don't want to go to church no more. He said it's something about that church. And she was like, that's why he not coming over here. I thought he was mad at somebody. She was like, no, he just don't want to go to church anymore. And he's standing on it. So she was like, well, tell him he don't have to go to church. He can come over here. Cause she was like, I'm not going to force him. Right. So then boom. So I went over there and sure enough, here comes Sunday. Everybody waking up early. And I woke up. Everybody getting their showers, getting ready. She said, your suit in there? I said, I'm not going. I'll go home right now. I said, I'll just walk home. I was just like that. And she said, what happened? I was like, that guy that you guys are worshiping? She said, no, we only worship Jesus, baby. I was like, no. Y'all worship that guy. The guy that y'all give your money to. I said, he's evil as fuck. And he don't mean what he says. Right? So she was like, well, and I haven't gone to church after that. And she was like, all right, well, you don't have to go if you feel that strong. Fast forward. Now I'm 18 years old. Fast forward. My aunt had got bad off sick. And she had already retired. And I went over there to see her. And she came to me and she grabbed my hand and she was like, you were right. She said, I don't know what you saw when you were younger, but you were right. And she started crying after she gave him all that money, throughout her tithes and stuff. And I was like, what happened? Like, what do you mean? What happened? She was like, that's an evil man. She said, I was sick in church and he called me out in church and he thought that she was hungover in church. And he sat her in the front to talk about her. He didn't say her name, but everybody knew he was talking about her. So I said, well, I'm going to go see him. She was like, no, you can't do that. I said, eventually I'm going to see him and I'm going to tell him about it. So me and her started talking and eventually she cheered up. We started laughing about it. She said, you would not go to church. She said, I tried everything. Easter came, you would not go. I was like, I'm not going anymore. So fast forward. All right. Fast forward. My aunt passed away. Now I'm like, I don't know how old I was. I think I was, when she passed, I was in my early 30s when she passed. And I had my girlfriend at the time, like, was calling her because I couldn't talk. And she was calling everybody to try to get everything together. And she called the pastor because he had a church in the because she had moved down south, but he had a church he called the Tabernacle down there, and she wanted to hold the services there. He said he couldn't do anything. That's what he said. And then I was like, I'm going to see him. I'm going to Jersey to go see him. And she was like, you can't do that because you know. All right, so what happened? So 15, I mean, maybe about 5 years after that, guess where I ran into him at? Newark Penn Station. That's where I ran into his ass at. Newark Penn Station. I was on my way to me and my friends, we was on our way to a Knicks game. And I'm sitting in Penn Station. I forget what I was doing. I ran into him. He was sitting there and he knew who I was. So he sat down right next to me. Hey, son, God bless you. God bless you. I miss, I'm not going to say her name, but she was one of my best members. And I had closed my eyes. I said, God, please get me on this train before I cuss his ass out, please. I don't want to have to cuss his ass out. So I had my eyes closed and he just kept talking. And I looked at him and I said, you know what's going to happen to you? God is going to take your voice away. I promise you that. And I walked away. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? He can't talk no more. He can't talk. I said, for what you did to her, I said, the spirit just told me that God is going to take your voice away. It's something going to happen to you and you're going to lose your voice and you can't preach no more. And that's what happened. He lost his voice. He had surgery and something went wrong. And he can't talk. Like, I don't know what the doctor did to him, but he cannot talk. He like that. I said, because what you did to her, that hurt her. And I said, the karma is going to get you back. Karma is going to get you back. And that's what happened. I mean, I don't know that's what happened. I think it was just like, what do you call it? That it was, what do you call it? It just so happened that he lost his voice. That's what happened. I don't think I kind of wished it on him. I probably did. But yeah. I said, what you did to her, I said, you're going to lose your voice. Because I heard it. I said, because a voice came to me. He's going to lose his voice. Just tell him. And I said, you're going to lose your voice. And he was like, well, he didn't know what to say. And then I just walked away. Yep. So let me tell you something. Pastors, they go a long way with me. I have a short fuse for pastors. It's just because when I was a kid, I had a bad experience. I do not like pastors whatsoever. If I find out you're a pastor, I don't want to talk to you. Like, it's just I never got help for that. Like, I'm like, how some people, like, you witness like things that affect you in your childhood and it carries on to adult. I do not like nobody of the clergy whatsoever. If I find out, like, I just keep my distance. Like, because I see the evilness. I could see it. I could see that they're not for the people. You know why? Look at all the violence in our neighborhoods, and these guys getting rich and nothing happening. Look at the homelessness. You know what I mean? And nothing happens. I remember the funny one was on, not Jimmy Swaggart. It actually was Jimmy Swaggart. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch that woman. Yes, you did mean to touch her. Yes, you did. I just had relations outside my marriage. I'm so sorry. No, you're not sorry. You're not. You're not sorry. You meant to have relations, but you got caught. And Tammy Faye and Jim Baker, that's another one. That was another couple. And this is the ministers I grew up on. But then fast forward, here come Bishop Whitehead and his crew. Like, I call him the good bishop, but I'm being funny. Like, I'm joking. But I will keep my distance from him because he's a bishop. And I know about that fraternity. Remember, being a bishop, that's a fraternity. It's like it's a fraternity. It's like they have secret meetings and they have planned agendas carried on by the top. And it comes back down to them to control the community, to keep the community pacified. It's always been that way. There was a guy, I call him my brother. He comes, his name Black. He did a piece on, I forget the name of he used to share old films, old black exploitation films, right? It was this one film he shared, was talking about how this guy was dating the pastor's daughter. And there was a scene in that movie where the pastor, he was a pastor in this like poor neighborhood in the inner city, right? And, you know, and then it was just this random white guy showed up at his house and said that he's doing a good job in keeping the people tamed and taming the people. He's doing a good job and keep up the good job. And that a boy. He said that to him, that a boy. So it's always been that way. The reason why it's always been that way, because did you know the church was effective at one point? It was. It was effective at one, but this is before anybody was alive. This was well after slavery, or right before slavery. They used to have meetings after slavery. They used to have meetings at the church. And there used to be a place where they could come meet and strategize on how to do what's next. But that was completely brought to a halt because the government found out about it. So they sent their agents in. And then what they did was they gave the church tax exempt benefits. And for those tax exempt benefits, right, they had to listen to their rules. They had to abide by their rules to keep the rest of the people pacified. All you got to do is pray to Jesus, pray to Jesus. Well, where was Jesus at during slavery? He's having a coffee break? It doesn't make logical sense. Where was he? Where was he? Was he on a coffee break? Was he enjoying Starbucks? Where was he at? See, I honestly believe the concept of God, I believe there's a higher being that exists, but it's not how we think it exists. I don't think it's somebody sitting on their throne with a bunch of white people around them, aka angels. I don't think that's the case. It's an energy that's everywhere, right? That's just how I believe it. That's just my belief. I'm not trying to put my beliefs on you, but that's how I believe it. There's no color or anything. We all have free will in this life. We have it. And it's up to us what we do with it. That's what we give. That's a gift that we were given, free will. Because obviously, if there was somebody up there governing that was all loving, he wouldn't have had millions of people go through slavery. That wouldn't have happened. It defies logic. That's just how I believe it. Like, explain to me why he allowed slavery then. Were we cursed? Like, what's the reason? Nobody can't explain it. Nobody can explain it. I sure as hell, this is how I believed when I was a kid. I said, because I went to a Catholic school, right? Like, why the hell do Jesus look like one of the members from the Bee Gees? Like, I raised my hand and said that. He looked like the lead singer from the Bee Gees. And I got kicked out for that and went to the principal's office. And then the principal laughed. She said he do look like one of the members from the Bee Gees. Let him back in class. He's just being observant. He's not like, a bad kid. He just had questions, right? But then I realized who that person was when I got older. Caesar Borgia. But I knew who he was. That's the likeness of him. That was who, what's his name, had to think about when he was trying to portray Jesus. So yeah. But yeah, I was like following this Bishop Whitehead thing. And he's no different than the other pastors that I have met when I was younger. They all got some shit with them. All of them. All of them. All of them. I remember I saw the old deacon in my old church was up in the go-go bar at Cinderella's, man. Cinderella's. He was up in Cinderella's, Deacon Johnson. Up in Cinderella's, spending the church money, man. Craziness. He eventually stepped down because he was like spending the church money gambling and prostitutes and stuff like that. But I see him in Cinderella's, man. Yep. And he told me, he said, God know my heart, son. That's what he said to me. I'm not gonna say anything to your wife. Like, cause I was cool with his daughter. Like, we grew up together. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, man. He said, all right, I'm just letting you know, that's cool. But God knows my heart. I said, he said, I'm here to help people. I said, I know you are, and you in here to help yourself. That's what you in here. I said, and I shook his hand. I was like, all right, Deacon, have fun. He was up in there making it rain, man. Getting all type of lap dances. He said, I am of the flesh. That's what he said to me. I said, you, like how would Nature Boy say, you're in your lower self. He's in his lower self. Deacon Johnson up in Cinderella. You remember Cinderella's, Antoine? I went to school with Antoine. He in the comment section. You remember Cinderella's? Cinderella's, man. Bishop Whitehead, dog. Found guilty on everything. Found guilty on everything, man. He's just one of these pastors, man. He probably went off the beaten path. I believe he did have some connections, but he didn't follow the script like he was supposed to, and that's it. They can't help him. But you don't hear about too many pastors going to jail like this. So he kind of wanted to do things his own way. This whole pastor thing is a fraternity. Bishop's a fraternity, So, yep, they don't have our best interests at heart. They don't. Because I know some. I grew up with some that turned bishops. And this one, I ain't gonna say it because she probably listening, but a friend of mine married a bishop, right? Well, she was a friend of a friend. But we all grew up together, and she eventually married a bishop, and it's like status to her. Oh my God, I married a bishop. That man flaming. That man is flaming. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? She is nothing but a beard. She nothing but a beard, yo. That's what they call them when you get married, and to disguise it, your wife is your beard. That's what they say. But that man is flaming like Frito, hot Fritos, man. He is hot in the pants. That's right. He is for the streets. Her husband is for the streets, man. Yep. And she, to this day, she denied. She denied. Mm-hmm. He for the streets, man. And he a bishop. He a bishop. He wide open. That's what they saying. And you could tell. I remember one time, like they had their engagement party, and I'm like, "Don't, a- am I the only one that know? Like, maybe she okay with it. It's cool." And she was like, "No, what are you talking about?" He was like, "What are you talking about? He's a real man." I said, he's a man. Yeah, he is a man, but he don't like her. That's his beard. And remember my ex at the time, will you stop? You causing trouble. Stop. I'm like, nobody can hear me. Look, I'm being messy though, because I'm at the party and I'm saying, do she know that he's a queen? He don't like her. Do she know that? She was like, no, he's not a queen. I said, yes, he is. He's a dancing queen. You ever heard that song? He is a queen. I'm not being derogatory or anything. That's what he is. And she was like, no, he's not. I said, yes, he is. His dad is too. And she was like, my girl, we was like bugging at the tape. She said his dad too. I said, his dad is a queen too, man. Straight up. His dad too, man. His dad too. And she was like, how do you know? I said, because my people know him. That's why. But I said, it looks good for him to get married. It looks good in front of the parishioners' eyes. Yep. You see, then you know how they all come over to the table. So I'm trying to keep a good face. I was like, I don't been messy enough. So he came over to the table. She almost spit because she didn't know him. My ex didn't know him at the time. But she just accompanied me to the thing. When he said something, she almost spit her drink out, yo. Who's your lovely wife? She started and she looked at me and she almost choked. She almost choked when she heard him talk. She almost choked, man. She almost choked. And just imagine one time he dressed up for Halloween, yo. But it really wasn't like Halloween. That's where he wanted to dress. That man had on high heels, yo, for Halloween. Because he said, I'm being my wife for Halloween. No, you being yourself. Looking like Ray Lewis with 3-inch pumps on, 6-inch pumps on, looking like Ray Lewis. Yep. Now, listen, Zion, I don't know about TD Jakes, man. Come on now. I don't know. I don't know about TD Jakes. TD Jakes, see, I if he got a good message, I'm okay with the message. He's a man at the end of the day. What I'm trying to say, these people are not perfect, right? But these people, they're like deities to people, to their parishioners. They're like low-key deities. And I don't like that. They just regular men. So then when they get in trouble and do something, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe he's a regular man. Bishop Whitehead, man. He probably home. Like, what would you do? Like, you just got sentenced. I mean, not sentenced. You just been found guilty on everything. Like, what do you do? Do you go home? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, they got somebody watching the house. So he go home knowing that he got to get, so they saying that he gets sentenced and then he got to turn himself in date. I think they hoping he run. They hoping it so they can, never mind. Just imagine that you go get sentenced and then you get to go home again and then turn yourself in. That's crazy. Damn, that's like, I don't know. I don't know how much time he's looking at though. I don't think he's getting 40 years though. I'm thinking 10 to 15. That's what I'm thinking. Or 10 to 12. Something like that. So if I don't know, how does it work in the feds? Is it true that you got to serve 85% of your time? So 80, let's see. If he get 10 years, he got to serve 8.5. He said TD had an apple pie on a motorcycle. Y'all leave TD Jakes alone, man. Leave TD Jakes alone, man. They said he's friends with the mayor. Maybe he can get no, I'm not gonna say it. Let's jump in the gun. I think he's looking at 8.5, folks. If it's true that you got to do 85% of your time. So, what they say, he's 46, right? Did they say that? So he's looking out, getting out at about 54 years old. He'll be back out. Hopefully, he got some money stashed away. You know, problem is he got children. So his children have to be without their father. And that's the crazy part. Nobody want to talk about. Like, damn, and then the kid ain't gonna have to be without their father for a while. Yeah, she gonna be without her father. He got a few kids. Just like that last case up. Now I ain't gonna get into it. Let me see. Trying to see if he said anything yet. But yeah, I'm just telling you my story on because somebody said, "Well, why don't you like preach? Like, what happened with you in the church? Did somebody do something to you?" I said, "No, they just evil, man." Well, the ones I met, now I'll say that. I can't say everybody evil, but I can't say everybody evil. Now, what is this here? What is this? 9 people got deleted. 78 sickened after eating sea turtle meat. Now, why you gonna eat sea turtle meat, man? Why you gonna do that? Leave the sea turtles alone. I think rich people and stuff, they just be trying to find new stuff to do because they bored. Let's eat sea turtle meat. Let's eat something exclusive. And then they don't, 9 people got deleted over it. Hunting sea turtles. Leave the damn sea turtles alone, man. This world is crazy, man. I'm telling you. I witnessed a road rage incident today at the red light. I was 2 cars in back of them. The guy got out and punched the lady's window. And guess what she did? She rolled down the window. She said, "Punch it one more time. I dare you." That means she had her gun in her hand. And he went back over to do it, and he got right back in his car. He must have saw it. He must have saw her by a pistol. She said, "Come here, do it one more time." And he was coming back to do it, and he just kind of jumped and went back to his car. I'm pretty sure she had that Glock in her lap. Crazy, man. People are just crazy. I don't know why he hit her car like that. Craziness. You said demons are really coming out of hiding, or is getting into people. You said, Max, I think we all experience church hurt. No, I didn't really experience church hurt. I just didn't like them. I just saw something about I didn't like, and that's just my experience. No, they didn't hurt me. It's just that what they did with my aunt wasn't right. So, and here he comes sitting right next to me at Penn Station with a solid gold cross on with rubies in it. You said, see, it probably wasn't cooked thoroughly. Yeah, I can't eat no sea turtles. I don't like all that exotic meat. I don't know if it was a sharp sense of discernment. It was something that they did that I didn't like. I don't remember what it was. It could have stemmed from, you know where it could have stemmed from? It could have stemmed from because I had to go to Sunday school, and I didn't like that either. Because I had to get up real mad early on Sunday. And I was like, why do I got to get up so early on Sunday? I got school Monday. And something happened. I just can't quite remember what happened. Yeah, I can't quite remember. I can't. Something happened because for me to do that, I don't know. I don't remember. And then yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what happened. But my dad never went. He like never went to church. He was when he got out of jail, he was Muslim. So he started practicing Islam. So I started practicing with him. I started practicing with him when he got out. So I guess that might have been it. Me and him used to pray every day. Like he taught me how to pray and everything. And Arabic. He learned how to do it in Arabic. And I thought that was so cool, you know. Then we used to go to the mosque. But I don't know. We just wasn't like, he used to go to the mosque and stuff, but we weren't really. He's Muslim. We celebrated Christmas. It's crazy. Like that's because of my mother. She was like, "No, we celebrating Christmas over here, Mr. Muslim." That's what she said to him. But yeah, I don't know what it was, man. Like with the bishop, I think when I first, I don't know what it is. When I see him, he's just not a person that I'm going to give $90,000 to. I'm just not going to do it. I could see him coming a mile away. I don't know why. He didn't do anything to me. He didn't do anything to me. It's just I don't know if I could feel people energy. I don't know if I had that ability. I don't know. But you know, like I guess everybody's like that. If you comfortable around somebody you're okay with. But it's just me with these pastors, man. I ran into one the other day at the gas station. He had his whole garb on. You know, he must have been going to a get together. He just looked at me and smiled. I just like, I don't know. I don't know. And then now I felt bad for this one pastor. This one pastor out here. He used to it was a pretty big church where I lived at. It's not a mega church. It wouldn't be qualified as a mega church, but it's close to it. It's like the equivalent to like a mini mansion, you know, like a mansion opposed to a mini mansion. So he had a mini mega church. And this was during the vid, right? He said God told him to keep preaching. He said, my church is open because the county said no church service. We can't have no church service, no nothing. You could do it online because a lot of churches they started making a lot of money online. Having church service online. He wouldn't do it. He said the Lord told him to keep going. He said he cured the vid. He did something in church, right? And he cured everybody of the vid. That's what he said. He was like something because it was on the news. And he said he purified his church. Poor guy passed of it. He passed with the vid. That's what they said. I don't know if he passed from the vid, but during that time they said people were passing from the vid, but he got bad all sick and had to put on ventilating. That's what happened. I felt bad for him. That's one of the pastors I felt bad for because he wanted to keep his church together, and he seemed like he was I don't know, I thought he was pretty decent, but his brother wound up taking over. Yeah, that was unfortunate because he was really like that because his church was packed because there was no other church to go to. You know what I'm saying? So people they still want to go to church, right? So he said you ain't have to wear a mask because he just did his little thing, and he told the people he could see it leaving the church. Damn, that would have been a good hustle if nobody got sick. He would have, man, but still. But it's a hustle, man. These churches. Yep. I don't know. I guess it's just the pastors I came in contact with. I'm not saying they all bad. So I just I had a bad experience. So that's what happened. It carried over to adulthood. But Bishop Whitehead, folks. Anybody, is Pam live yet? Where is Pam at? So we go over there. Is Pam live? Anybody know Pam McSquire? Damn, Rain, you got blocked? Damn, Rain, yeah, you got blocked, Rain. I can't see your comment. Damn, who blocked Rain, man? Rain got blocked. I'm just messing with you, Rain. I don't have Rumble. Like, do you have Rumble? What's Rumble about? That's another video site, right? Kind of like YouTube. I was thinking about it. Okay, she's live. All right, cool. So let me give y'all. I'm sure everybody know who she is. Let me give you her link so we could find out what happened with the bishop today. All right. Here's her link, guys. And she got it going on. 2,100 people watching. Let's get over there. I see y'all over there. Hold on. Let me give y'all the link. Oh, Pam McSquire, because she went to the courthouse. So she gonna give us all information. Here's her link. I'll catch y'all over there. She was at the trial with Bishop Whitehead, so she's gonna tell us all the scoop. So I spam her thing over there. And tell her Max V World sent you, please. Guys, I will catch you on the next one. Let me spam it again. And she's going to tell you all the details and stuff like that. So that's what I was just kind of like a placeholder until she went live. Because I didn't know what happened in court today. I was just giving my opinions, though. Guys, I'll catch you over there. Raina, I'm gonna look into Rumble. So the next time I'm live, I might talk to you about it. All right, y'all. Peace.